said Johnny was passionate. I also had someone come up and say the classic comment. She said, if our system is so broken, where did this student come from? Johnny, you have my vote. Our next speaker will be Andrew Rath. Andrew is a former Title I teacher at Hawthorne Elementary and now is the B.E.A. president. Andrew?
A teacher out of the classroom, not a union boss.
What a hard act to follow, huh? But I certainly appreciate it. It was my point as well. You cannot do our job and not be impressed and motivated by students who we just had speaking today. So thank you. As a parent, teacher, taxpayer, and citizen, I am grateful that we can take a moment to celebrate what is right in public education in this city and in this state. And I thank you all for being here today. I am the president of the Boise Education Association. Our organization consists of 1,800 teachers and support professionals throughout the Boise School District. Each one of us is also a member of the Idaho Education Association, which is 13,000 members strong across this state.
Thank you.
It is our collective efforts in the association, working together with the district administration, the school board trustees, and to give the best learning opportunities for each child that walks through our classroom doors. More than 9 of every 10 teachers in the classroom of Boise are members of the B.E.A. and IEA. I do not need to tell you that we have always put students first, because you know that we do. You know that when you drive by the schools on a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon and you see teachers' cars there working extra hours for your students, we are putting students first. You see our classroom lights on hours before the school day begins, and you see them on hours after the day is over. We put students first. Teachers are passionate about what happens in their classrooms and schools. It is simply wrong to undertake this kind of change in education that the Luna Plan proposes without bringing teachers to the table and taking advantage of our wisdom, our experience, and our good ideas. It is simply folly for our elected representatives to move forward with these plans when the very people charged for the success of the plans have not been engaged in the discussion. Teachers have cynically been made out to be the union villains standing in the way of progress. Any elementary teacher can tell you that once the discussion has degraded to name-calling, somebody is out of ideas. Today is about what happens to the future of Idaho education. So I ask, do you want an education system where corporations and business interests have more to say in your child's school day than the teachers who work there? No! Do you want an education system where teachers have no opportunity to negotiate the learning conditions of your child's classroom? No! Do you want an education system that is only concerned with cutting cost and firing teachers instead of working with all stakeholders to provide the best possible education instead of simply the cheapest? No! I ask these questions because Mr. Luna and Governor Otter will not. So I ask instead, are you willing to help us stop this legislation by contacting your representatives and making it clear that parents, administrators, school board members, and teachers, we all need to be part of this process? It is now our time, parents and teachers together, to demand the representatives vote down this legislation. Allow us to come together and find real solutions to the challenges of Idaho's education system. I'm getting pretty good at predicting what Mr. Luna is going to say, so I'm going to ask a couple of questions. How many of you here are students? Let's hear you. Yeah! How many of you here are parents? Let's hear you. I don't think I called a single one of you to be here today. It is not a union issue. This is about what's right in Boise and about what's right for our parents and students. Let's stand together today for Idaho its education. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. I think they're starting to get the message. What do you think? Our next speaker is Michael Korber. He's a community member from Nampa. Michael.
Good afternoon. Nice weather for a rally. Okay, I wrote it all down because my memory is not too good. Hey, my name is Michael Korber. My first language is not English, and I was not born in the Americas. I am able to converse with you today because I had great teachers. I am an immigrant, a naturalized citizen of the United States, and a longtime resident of Idaho. I am a taxpayer, I am a registered voter, a proud father, a husband, a veteran, a graduate of Idaho Falls High School, a graduate of Idaho State University, a student of Boise State University, and if the winds blow in our favor, a future educator and future member of the Idaho Education Association. Ideally, when we breach this millennium, I was expecting the beginning of an age of enlightenment for mankind. A new time in our collective history where we would embrace our fellow man, walk as one people, and use the potential of our technologies to propagate intelligence, logic, and reason to provide for all mankind. Yeah. Well, that obviously did not happen. What happened and what we are seeing around the world today is none of those things. What we are seeing here is the end of democracy. I stand before you and bear witness to the failings of government around the world. In Egypt, in Tunisia, in Bahrain, in Libya, in Yemen, in Ivory Coast, in Belgium, in China, in Tennessee, in Wisconsin, and now here in Idaho. For too long, we have been blinded and lied to. We have wasted away our opportunity to take charge of our destiny, letting elitist hypocrites run amok with our civil rights, letting them sow the seeds of hate and greed among the most fertile of mediums, the masses of the ignorant, who in turn breed more ignorance and thusly create a new form of government that we are seeing today, feudalism.